Okay, let's get to it. I'm gonna turn this 1/25th scale 1964 Dodge into a post-apocalyptic Slayer car, vampire hunter. While I looked through different things through the internet, and I saw these guy who built these post-apocalyptic cars. I thought they was pretty neat. Slayer mobiles, he called them. He built a set of four of them. He painted his in yellow and orange and a greenish yellow. I thought it was a pretty neat thing, so I decided to take cheap cars like this to get on the internet or through garage sales, or people just have them. They don't care about building models anymore. You can take and make post-apocalyptic cars with them. I'm gonna turn this into a Slayer car. This is not a very big car at all, but it's gonna be fun to turn into a post-apocalyptic car. That's what they call them, or you call them a post-nuke car, a vampire hunter, or Slayer car, or monster hunter, what you gonna call them. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do with them yet, but it's gonna be fun to work with. So we'll get started with it. First thing I'm gonna do is introduce you to this here. I know I have most of the models I've seen on here. I haven't seen none of these on any of the YouTube. They actually has these. It's kind of strange. They would have a scale ruler. This is a 1/25th scale, 1/35th scale, 1/72nd, 1/48th, and a 1/24th scale ruler. I'm surprised no one has one of these. It's an old anodized blue aluminum ruler. I'm surprised that nobody has one of these. I haven't seen them. I haven't exactly seen them on YouTube, but this is what I'm introduced to one of these. Let's get started with our monster mobile, or monster hunter car. Okay, this is what I decided I wanted to do. I'm gonna take and remove the rear end here. Move this part here all up to the hood. I'm gonna put a hatch on. I'm actually gonna put a flamethrower and mortar. I'm gonna put a mortar in the back, and I'm also gonna put in I guess a holy water. The guy gonna have a flamethrower and holy water to spray the monsters with, and I'm gonna take and put a mortar in the back. You see the mortar is the long tube. I guess I'm gonna have it be able to spin around so I can fire the mortars any direction. Might put a spotlight up in here somewhere, something to wear off the vampires, a high bright powerful headlight or something, put out sunlight. I thought that might be fun to do it that way. But you have to look at the structure of the car that you buy, see where you can make your cuts at. Like this one here, I would probably have to put the interior in before I cut out the back of the car. Okay, in the front, I'm not going to put that Mopar engine in this. I'm going to take and try to put a helicopter engine in this, and maybe put the exhaust out the back end or one of the sides, or put far back here the helicopter, one of the little small Jet Rangers helicopter engines, put it in there. You see this part here? You actually have to build these things like you would a real one if you cut them. Now, if I'm going to take and cut this back end off, I'm going to have to take a structure like this and glue it to keep it in shape from this side. But I'm not going to do it that way. I'm actually going to put the interior in first, then cut this part out here. And I'm going to cut along through this area here. I'm going to stick a firewall in between the back seats here and the front seats. Even this is a two-door car, two-door coupe as they call them. Put a firewall up in between here. I'm going to put my holy water tank and my flamethrower tank on either side. I might paint them one red and one blue and put gold crosses on it for the holy water. And I'll probably put ammunition packs and everything on either side of where to hold the mortars in, for the mortar gun in the back. I probably replace it with front end with a heavy bumper, but you can really have fun with it. I'm not probably won't be using the glass at all. I'll probably put metal screening all inside or bolt the inside in and put slits like they do with a real tank for a post-apocalyptic car. But the thing about it is I don't like weathering my cars at all. So I'm going to make it look like this came out of the shop and they just repainted it. So I'm going to make my group of 6 or 7, 4 or 5 apocalyptic cars. I'm going to paint them all black and red. I'm not going to do the orange and green and yellow like the guy who built one like this before me. He built this bike back in about '97. I wish I could show you some pictures of him. If I get an opportunity to get permission from him, I'd actually show you pictures of his apocalyptic cars and his vampire. His one car, he calls it the Toothless Zombie Hunter. Toothless Zombie Hunter. And the other one called it Painless. He got a huge bumper in the front of it. So you can make pretty neat looking cars and everything out of it. But, find cars that you can't, spend a lot of money on. And I practically got this thing for $2 or $3. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But work at it, enjoy yourself, have fun. Okay, here's our windows. Headlights are in here. I probably only use just one set of headlights. Won't be using the front, won't be using the windows at all. Just maybe use one of the headlights and might even paint over that or put some wire or something over front of it. Let me put this back in the pack. Now you always actually can resell it or use it for something else later. Just write down, keep it in the same box. Then you might be able to use it for something, another kind of a automobile or something of the same type. Here's our pack of parts. It looks like you even got a different hood that goes on the front of this. 2 different type of hoods and interior. Now here's the part we'll be using right here. You see, if you have this, you have to put this on before you start cutting this bottom part. Okay, these are 2 interior sections in the bottom of the car. I'll probably be cutting the back end of this part here, this section here of the back seat. I'm going to try to stick a firewall between here. We'll put the flamethrower bottle here and holy water on the other side. So that'll be fun. Put holy water on one side and flame on the other side. I think I'm going to call this one, I don't know, fire and water or fire and ice. Here's the bottom section. This is the part you have to put on just before you do all your cutting. Make sure this back section here be stable and everything. So before you make your cuts, so you won't hurt anything. So this part will stay in shape. I'll probably cut this far back, and I'll leave this section here. Have the 2 bottles sitting on top, one for the flamethrower, one for the holy water. And I'll completely remove this trunk altogether and put my mortar in there. One thing I'm going to try to do is see if I can get permission to put those other photographs of the man's other 2 cars, the Toothless Zombie Slayer and the Painkiller, those two apocalyptic cars of this other guy who gave me this idea to build these after looking at his website. I'll start putting this together and see how it comes out. I'll paint mine into a solid black. I don't like to put weathering and anything on it.